In this video, I'm going to show you guys the easiest way to make an elasticated shorts with elastic waistband, as you can see. So this is a very simple tutorial. Make sure you watch up to the end and don't forget to subscribe. So I'm going to be using this beautiful Africa printed fabric. I have two pieces, one for the front and one for the back. So we're going to start by drafting the front piece, then later on we'll move on to the back piece. So I'm going to fold my fabric at the center, as you can see. Then I'm going to draw a starting line just at the top. This line is a guiding starting line, and then I'm going to mark 2 inches for my waistband. So I'm just going to get my measuring tape and mark 2 inches. Then I'm going to draw a horizontal line. Then from the waist, I'm going to measure my waist to hip measurement. So just take the measuring tape from your waist to your hip. Then I'll draw a horizontal line across. Then next I'll take the crotch depth measurement. You can sit on a flat surface and measure from your waist down to the seat, or alternatively you can just divide your hip by 4. So that is the crotch depth. Then I'm going to draw a horizontal line across, as you can see. Then the next thing I'm going to do is determine the shorts full length. Place the measuring tape from the waist, not on the waistband. Start from that line, the waistline, down to your desired length and add hemming allowance. Then I'll draw a horizontal line, as you can see. Then I'm going to mark my hip circumference, divide by 4 plus wearing ease and seam allowance. I'll mark it on my waistline. So I'm marking it on my waistline because this pattern is going to have this short is going to have an elastic waistband. So we're going to be working with the hip measurements. So I'll mark the same hip measurement on my hip line and on my crotch depth, as you can see. Then I'm going to draw a vertical straight line connecting the 3 points from the waist, hip, and the crotch, and the waistband all the way up to the waistband. Then the next thing we're going to find is the crotch extension. So to find this crotch extension, you're going to divide that measurement on the hip, waist, and crotch by 4. So that is 7. Divide by 4 is going to be 1.75. You can as well just fold your measuring tape 4 times if you don't want to work with a calculator or you don't want to do any calculations. So we have 1.75 inches, which can as well be rounded off to 2, which is okay. So we're going to mark it over there, and that is the crotch extension. Then I'm going to curve this crotch extension. I'll use you can use a French curve. If you don't want to use a French curve, you can just use your free hand. It's all up to you. So if you're using your free hand, all you have to do is just do a curve as I'm doing it. Then connect from the extension down to the full length. So this is the front pattern. I'm just going to cut it out, as you can see. Then we're now going to start drafting the back piece. So the back piece is slightly bigger than the front. I'm just going to fold the fabric that I'm going to be using for the back, as you can see. Then I'm going to get the front pattern. I'll place it on top of this back piece. Then as you can see me do, I'll just place it up there. Then I'll do a little modification. So on this waistline, I'm just going to go inwards by 1.5 inch. On my waistline, I'll do the same by 1.5 inch. Then on the hip, I'm going to go outwards by 2 inches, and on the crotch by 2 inches as well, and all the way in the downwards by 2 inches. So I'm just going to mark, as you can see, the 2 inches. So this is for the back. Connect everything. So guys, if you found this video useful, please don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. So next I'm just going to connect the points, as you can see. Then I'm going to cut it out. But before I cut out, I just get my pins and pin everything together. That will help me to just then cut out. So this is how you draft your shorts pattern, guys. Very easy tutorial. Make sure you subscribe and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. Okay guys, now let's start sewing the shorts. So I have my 2 pieces for the front. As you can see, the center for the short was cut, making it 2 pieces for the front and also 2 pieces for the back. So this is my front and this is my back, and as you can see, the back is bigger than the front. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place the front right sides facing each other, then I'm going to stitch along the crotch line. I'll just take it to the sewing machine. I'm going to do the same with my back piece. Place the right sides facing each other, then stitch along the crotch line. So I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine, as you can see, and run a straight stitch. If you have an overlocking machine, you can finish up your raw edges with an overlocking machine, or you can use an alternative, which is by using your pinking shears. So I'll show you an easy way of using pinking shears. So I'm just going to cut. So guys, always remember to backstitch when you're sewing. If you don't backstitch, you can just tie the knots of thread as I'm doing. I forgot to backstitch and I'm just tying my threads. So I'm just going to be cutting with my pinking shears. This is a pinking shears. As you can see, it has zigzag teeth and it helps to avoid the fabric from fraying. So this is an alternative if you don't have a serging machine, or if you don't want to use a serger, you just have to use pinking shears. So now let's move on to the back side of the shorts. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to stitch, and I'm also going to finish my raw edges. And also guys, when you're sewing, you have to press open your seams. So I'm just cutting with my pinking shears. Then I'm going to press my seams open. It's very important to press your seams open. It gives a professional finish. So this is how it looks after stitching my front and back. So as you can see, my short is slowly shaping up. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the right sides of the front and back facing each other. I'm going to place them on top of each other. Then I'm now going to stitch on the outer part of the shorts. So I'm just going to put like I'm doing, then stitch on the outer part of my shorts on the edges. So just going to take it to the sewing machine and sew on the sides. So I'm just going to run a straight stitch all the way. Remember to back stitch. So I'm just back stitching and then I'm going straight stitch. Then I'll back stitch towards the end, and like I said, if you forget to back stitch, you can always tie the knots. You can tie the threads, your 2 threads, make a knot. So I'm going to get my pinking shears and I'm going to cut out, but first let's sew the other side of the shorts. Place them right sides facing each other, then run a straight stitch, and remember, always back stitch when you are starting your first seam, and at the end of each seam you have to back stitch. So this is how it looks, and now the next stage is to sew the inseam. I'll just place these 2 together. You can use your pins and pin this inseam together and then stitch right at the center. So I'm just going to run to the sewing machine and run a stitch like I did on the other parts. So just place them together. You can as well hem your shorts in advance if you like, or you can hem them later on towards the end. So it depends with your preference. So I'm going to start stitching and back stitch. Very important. It helps to make the seam stronger. Then I'm going to start stitching and running a straight stitch all the way. So guys, if you find this video useful, make sure you subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and drop a kind comment, or any comments. You can ask anything, you can post your corrections, your review. If you've tried to sew these shorts, I'll be more than willing to hear from you guys, and that will encourage me to make more videos for you. It will be interactive. If you comment in the comments, it will be very interactive and encourage me to make more videos for you. So let's get moving. Just going to cut this off and now go to the next stage, which is inserting hemming. So you can hem by folding your shorts twice, then hem on your sewing machine. Then after hemming your shorts, you can go on to put the elastic, which I'll show you, and it's very easy. So you just go ahead and fold the hems and start stitching very easily. That's how you easily hem your shorts. So after hemming the shorts, we can now move on to the next stage of sewing, which is going to be the most interesting part of putting the elastic and shaping up the shorts. So let's get moving. So you have to hem both sides, the right and the left part of the shorts. Okay, so here comes the exciting part of inserting the elastic. So I've also gone ahead to sew along the waist, but I left out about 2 inches for inserting the elastic. Make sure you leave out these inches for inserting the elastic. So I have my elastic, and the elastic is my waist measurement. Subtract 5 inches. So I'm going to use my safety pin to insert my elastic in, as you can see. So I'm just going to start putting it. I repeat, make sure your elastic is less than your waist measurement by at least 4 inches or even up to 5 inches. So I'm just going to start inserting it, as you can see me do. I'll keep pushing it. You have to be careful, slowly push it in. You have to be patient, not careful. You have to be patient because the safety pin is safe, but you have to be patient. It takes a bit of time. So I'll just keep moving and make sure you had trimmed off all your seam allowances. If you don't trim at the sides, it can be a bit stiff. So there we go. I've just finished and we're almost coming to the end. There's the elastic coming out with the safety pin. I'll just pull it out, then I'm going to start pushing it, as you can see me do. Then the next thing I'm going to do is secure these 2 elastics. You can stitch them on your sewing machine, or you can just use a hand sewing needle, or you can just tie the elastic, but I'm just going to use a hand sewing needle. I'll make a knot, and then I'm going to stitch the 2 elastics together, as you can see me do. So guys, if you find this video useful, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. So I'm just going to trim off with my pinking shears. Then I'm going to push the elastic inside. Keep pushing it inside until it all goes in. You can as well try to push it in with any object. Then the opening, you can just sew it with a hand needle or with a sewing machine. And this is the final outlook. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more.